Hello, this is LaToya of Infinitenature, and I am back with a new video on sacred contracts and self-analysis. Hello everyone, this is LaToya of Infinitenature, and I am back with a new video talking about the current events of the things that have been going on for the past couple of months and recent events. Well, events that have been happening for a very long time, but with the new technology and things like that, and social media and just the internet, we have access to so much information. We have access to finding out and seeing so much now. So I wanted to get on to just share how it's so imperative to know thyself and to be able to take time to go within and process your feelings and emotions so that when challenging times come up, like the things that we have been experiencing globally, we don't freak out. Or even if we do freak out, we are able to come back and get in order. So that's why I'm so grateful. And I've said this on my social media. I may have said it on Instagram. I may have said it on Facebook. I'm not sure. But this year is a 4-year. A 4-year in numerology is about order. It's about balance. It's about family. It's about boundaries. It's about work. And I feel like this 4-year has started with a bang. And it's my personal year. Also, when my personal year always aligns with the year, the universal year. So we're in 2020, and 2 plus 2 equals 4, because 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0 equals 4. So we're in a 4-year. And based upon my birth date, and my birthday, not birth date, but based upon my birthday, my in the year, whatever year we have, my personal year is always in alignment with the universal year. So I always feel a double whammy of it, period. And I am going to get to a certain point where I am going to start talking about sacred contracts, but I just really felt the need to just share this information on my personal platform, because this is my way of expressing myself as a Leo. It's so imperative for me to express myself, and this is how I would like to do it. And honestly, this is my way of just expressing the things that I've been feeling and been experiencing for the last couple of months, especially right now in the current events with the constant reminders of police brutality and black people being killed senselessly. I am a black woman, so born in America, so I know I don't have to look at videos. I don't have to see pictures or watch videos of people getting senselessly killed, because I am a black woman and I know that it happens. I've read enough books. I have watched enough slave movies. I've done all of that. I've done that more than enough in my lifetime. So I don't have to re-traumatize myself by looking at videos, looking at pictures, looking at anything that will potentially trigger me. And I think that's important for us to realize, is that if we know what our triggers are, we make sure that we do not put ourselves in situations where we are triggered or we find methods to support us in calming ourselves down when we are triggered by something. But my thing is I'm not going to sit there and because that's part of what is causing people to be so upset right now, is the fact that they are watching people getting killed. That is traumatizing. It's already traumatizing enough hearing about it, but watching it, free will, that's even to me, that's like, I'm not going to put myself in that situation. Everybody else can do what they want to do, but it's just my suggestion is that if you're very sensitive and you are an empath like I am, my suggestion is to not watch those videos. Don't watch anything that would trigger you. That's just my suggestion. And I'm talking to black people in particular. I'm not really talking about anybody else. I'm talking about black people because we already experienced enough trauma, you know. I'm talking about black people in particular. No one else, because I'm not even going to go there right now because this is not the time or the place. But I'm just saying that while some people need to see this reality, some of us, we already done seen enough of it. We've already done seen enough of it. We already see the impacts of it in our communities. So we don't have to see that. It's not for us to see. We already know it. That's all I want to say about that. But with all of the things that have been going on with this global reset and with, a lot of people being impacted on so many levels, mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. And I just feel like this is a cleansing of some sort. This is getting us in order for something. I feel like this has supported me personally in nurturing and nourishing the aspects of my life that need to be nurtured and nourished. It's supporting, I think, us collectively in and balancing the masculine and feminine energy. I feel like it is supporting us in getting back to the basic and taking better care of ourselves and spending more time with our families and friends and healing and nurturing ourselves and our families. It's a bigger picture beyond this. And I recall in 2011 when that was the last time we had a 4 universal year, and it was my 4 personal year. That was one of the hardest years of my freaking life. But I am so grateful that I experienced those things back then because it made me, I feel so much stronger now. Like, I feel like that's why I had to go through all of these things and why I had to go through my own process between that time, between 2011 and 2020, why I went through so many changes, so much growth, so many things that I've been, releasing, letting go, healing, growing. I'm so grateful because it just makes me feel like this is what I was preparing for, so I can only imagine, 8 more years from now where I will be, and I just want to tell people that if you're going through something right now, that if this year has been so hard and so difficult as it's been for many people, just know, I know this is cliche, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. Like, do not give up, Through darkness, there's light. I know all of this sounds cliche, but I'm just saying that it will get better. It will. But the reason why I wanted to get on is because with all of the things that's going on right now, it's making me understand the power of our archetypes. Because right now, there's a lot of people angry and upset with all of the things that are going on when it comes to the black community, the black the black people, and our people being killed senselessly by the police who is supposed to protect us, and also, by white people. That's just the way I have to just put it, based upon the history of what we've had to experience here in America. And I'm not going into that because that's another video in itself, and this is not my whole focus. My whole focus is to reflect on how our archetypes really impact us during times like these. And if we're not mindful of them, it can take control. The shadow parts of them can take control. And that's what we're seeing right now. Because I think of the victim archetype, and I look at it I'm talking about from my own personal experience as a black woman in America, and also as just being a spiritual being that's here on my own personal journey. I've realized that because I felt my victim archetype of feeling powerless, of feeling taken advantage of, all of that was coming up But instead, because I'm mindful of the things that comes with the victim archetype, I'm empowered. I feel powerful. My victim archetype is in the 5th house in my will. And for people who have not been watching the videos that I've been posting, you may want to start from the beginning. But anybody that's read this book, Sacred Contracts, and you're familiar with astrology, then this is not going to sound weird to you. But for other people that are not familiar with this, I would advise you to watch my other videos first. Or, well, it's not really watching, but listening. Listen to my other videos first and then come back, or you can listen and then go backwards. I don't mind. It's whatever you prefer. But my victim is in the 5th house, which is associated with Leo in the zodiac sign. I mean, when it comes to the astrology, it's focused on the zodiac sign of Leo, and it represents creativity, children, good luck, and all of that. So I recall before all of this how I said, "Dang, I didn't like how my victim was in the 5th house of creativity, because I know that when I am operating from my shadow side, that my victim aspect can be very I can feel powerless, and I won't take action, or I will do things that will keep me from really being able to materialize or create things. This just to put it very simple. So with that being said, I don't feel that way right now. I feel like there is something that I need to do. I need to utilize my divine gifts to be able to create an impact collectively. That, just remember, you guys, that we are all powerful, regardless of anything else that we have on the exterior. We are all powerful. We all have internal power within us, and we are able to transform that energy. We are able to transform energy. So with that being said, it may, with the things that are going on right now in the U.S., particularly in Minneapolis. I'm sorry, I just sound like I don't know my words. I don't know my cities and states. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Minneapolis, Minnesota. So yes, with the things that are going on, particularly there, I'm on 100 right now, because I'm very passionate right now. So excuse me skipping on my words, because I'm speaking fast. But it's spreading across the U.S. It's spreading across the world. So I just feel like for those of us that are mindful of our energies and are empaths and are spiritual, I just feel like we have to be very mindful of how we utilize our energies. It's okay to feel your feelings. It's okay to be upset and angry. It's okay to feel what you feel, but I think it's extremely important to be able to get to a point where you are like, okay, let me transform my energies. And if you believe in a God, as I do, it's time to sit down with God and with your God, whatever you pray to. And I'm not talking about a God that promoted white supremacy. I'm not talking about that, because that's the energy, that slave energy, that enslaved energy, that white supremacy energy, how Christianity was used to control the enslaved. That I'm not talking about that God. There are other gods, and I'm not going to go into that because that's another topic. But I'm talking about, if you know what I mean, I don't have to explain that, because this is not what this is about. The point I'm trying to make is that we have to make sure that we utilize our energy in ways that would impact the universe, because we are all powerful and we are all here for our own divine purposes. And any little thing that we do impacts everyone. even people that you don't know personally. That's the whole point that I'm trying to say in this. And that with me having my victim in the 5th house, it makes me want to create and do things. And I am in the works with doing things within my own community that I have been working on for a while, you know. And this is also actually a buildup of all of the things that I've been doing for the past 5 years. But now I'm in a space that I am ready. And with all of this is happening, it makes me want to do more. It makes me want to be better. It makes me want to raise the frequency, you know. I don't want to tap into, it's like, yes, I recognize the energy of the victim archetype. And I know that we as Black people, historically in America, we have gone through so much. Our ancestors have gone through so much, but our ancestors don't want us to feel so defeated. They have sacrificed so much for us to be where we are now. So we are here to carry on the torch for the next generations to come. So with that being said, that's why I feel like knowing this type of information, knowing about your energies, knowing about different aspects of yourself is very beneficial during traumatic times, during difficult times like these. Because through that, you can tap into the strength within you. You can see those so-called weaknesses that you have as strengths. Because like I said before, I did not like the fact that my victim was in my 5th house of creativity. Because I was like, oh no. But now I understand how you can utilize those energies to strengthen yourself. And also, the warrior energy. Because I feel that too. And I think that people automatically assume that warrior energy is always about fighting. It's not always about fighting either. It's about standing up for what's right. It's about standing up for what is right. And not being afraid to go against the grain, even if you are the last one standing. That's what being a warrior is also about. It's not just about fighting physically, you know. And I think that people are forgetting the fact that we are in spiritual warfare. We are not, like, people are so focused right now on the physical that they don't realize that we are in a spiritual warfare, and that we need to go within. So with that being said, I have the warrior archetype also. I have that in my 11th house of divine potential. And that in 11th house is associated with friends. It's associated with groups. It's associated with how you are in group environments. You know, how you are when you're working with others. So the things that I plan on doing as far as my life purpose is so in alignment with that. So I felt the victim energy and the warrior energy come up. I noticed those come up for me. And that's why I wanted to share this information with you guys, to let you know that it's so important to know yourself. It's so important to connect with your shadow, to connect with your light side of you, to know who you are, so that, and recognize your triggers, and to heal those wounds, so that when you are in situations that are difficult, you are able to bounce back quickly. And even if you do get out of order, even if you act out of character, because we are human, you still are able to reflect and still are able to get back into focus. You know, I just feel like we are forgetting our power, and our power comes from within, not outside of us. And that's all that I wanted to share right now, because I'm already going on 20 minutes. But that's all that I wanted to share. I just wanted to get that off my heart. For all I know, only one person may listen to this, and I don't care. The whole point of me sharing this information is for me to showcase it, to share it, to get this, you know, to share how I feel. But it's also just in case somebody else. Hey guys, I had stopped the video really quick because I wanted to make sure that I was by myself while I was making this video. It's just something about having someone around, even my husband. I don't like him being around me when I am making my videos. It just keeps me focused. So I stopped the video real quick, but it's really the mailman putting mail into my door. So with that being said, I don't even remember where I stopped. But the whole point of me making this video is it just makes me realize how important it is to know yourself, how important it is to have a spiritual foundation. I know that maybe not everybody believes in God, but for those of you that understand where I'm coming from, you know what I mean. It's important, like how it really helps ground you. It really supports you when you are going through challenging times. It gives you hope. You still have joy, because joy doesn't necessarily mean that you will always be chipper and excited and happy, but joy will keep you optimistic. It will keep you knowing that there will be better days. So with that being said, I'm going to end this here. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful, great day. And I will be back with more videos. You can follow me on Instagram at Infinitenature #1, Facebook at Infinitenature, Tumblr at Infinitenature. And I'll be back, like I said before, with new videos.